Hello, welcome to our channel Learn to Score. In this video, I am going to solve exercise 3.4 of polynomials chapter. I hope you will like the video. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Thank you. Question number 1, exercise 3.4. Divide the polynomial p of x by the polynomial g of x and find the coefficient and remainder in each of the following. We are given three sets of polynomials p of x and g of x. In each case, we have to divide p of x with g of x such that we will find the coefficient and remainder. Right? Let's start with the first part of the problem, that is p of x equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3, and g of x is x square minus 2. In this case, p of x is called dividend and g of x is called divisor, right? To divide, let's first write p of x and draw a line as shown here, and write g of x, which is divisor, on the other side of the line, right? The first step what we have to do here is we have to consider the terms of highest exponents in the dividend and divisor. In the dividend, the term x cube has got highest exponent, that is 3, right? In the case of divisor, x square has got highest exponent, that is 2, right? The next step is we have to divide x cube with x square such that we get x as the answer, right? That has to be written as part of coefficient in this place, right? We have written x here. Now what I will do is I'll multiply divisor x square minus 2 with this particular x. When I do that, what I'll get is x square times x is x cube minus 2 times x is minus 2x, right? Now we have x cube minus 2x as the answer. That has to be subtracted from the dividend here, right? When I subtract, we have terms containing x cube and x, right? But no x square terms. That's why I have written here as 0 x square, right? Now let's divide this. When you have to divide, what we will do is we'll change the sign of the terms in the expression below and simply add both the expressions. Now, since it is plus x cube, I am marking it as minus x cube, and 0 x square has got plus sign. I can simply give minus sign, not a problem. Since it is anyway 0 x square, nothing is going to change. In the case of minus 2x, the sign is minus 2x minus 2. That's why I'm changing it to plus sign, right? Now what I'll do is I'll sum them. Here, x cube minus x cube, right? This is going to get cancelled. In this case, it is minus 3x square plus minus 0x square. It means you will have minus 3x square. And then in the case of x, we have 5x here and plus 2x here. Means it is going to be 5x plus 2x, that is equal to 7x. Let's write that. Minus 3x square plus 7x. Now I have brought down minus 3, so that now we have minus 3x square plus 7x minus 3. What we have to now do is we have to consider the terms of highest exponent in this particular expression also. The term containing highest expression is minus 3x square, right? Now let me divide minus 3x square with x square. When I do that, what I get is minus 3, right? I am cancelling this x square and this x square, so that what we have is minus 3. Let me write minus 3 as part of the coefficient here, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the divisor x square minus 2 with minus 3. When I do that, x square times minus 3 is minus 3x square, minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6, right? Now let's subtract this particular expression from this expression. When you subtract, as I said earlier, we'll be changing sign of the terms in the expression below and sum both the expressions, right? Or add both the expressions. In this particular case, it is minus 3x square. That's why I'm making it to plus 3x square. And in the case of 0x, any sign is okay. But let me make it plus x. And in this case, it is plus 6. Let me make it minus 6. Now you can add the terms, corresponding terms, right? Here it is minus 3x square and plus 3x square. Now this gets cancelled, right? And you have 7x plus 0x. That is going to be 7x minus 3 minus 6. That is going to be minus 9. Let me write that. So what you have now is 7x minus 9, right? If you observe, the term containing highest exponent here is 7x, right? But the degree of this is 1, right? When you say 7x, it is 7x power 1. That is smaller than the degree of x square. Degree of x square is 2. That's why we stop the division process here and say that 7x minus 9 is the remainder, right? And x minus 3 is the coefficient. This is what we are asked to find, right? We are asked to find what is the coefficient and what is the remainder when you do division of p of x with g of x, right? Now let's see second part of the problem. Here p of x dividend is given as x power 4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5. And g of x is given as x square plus 1 minus x, right? Let's do division. For that, let me write p of x, which is dividend, x power 4. If you observe here, there is no x cube term, right? That's why I have written here 0x cube. Okay, it's always important to write like that. Otherwise, there can be, sometimes it can lead to some wrong calculations. Okay, so yeah, rest of the polynomial is written as is. Now, when it comes to g of x, you see here x square plus 1 minus x is given. I have arranged that as x square minus x plus 1. Okay, here it is degree of 2, right? Exponent of 2, exponent of 1 and exponent of 0 in this order, right? It is exponent of 0, x power 0. That's why. Once you arrange like this, what will be the next step? We have to consider the terms containing highest exponents in the dividend and divisor. In the case of dividend, it is x power 4. In the case of divisor, it is x square, right? Now let's divide x power 4 with x square. So what you get is x square, right? You have cancelled 2 from x square from here and it becomes x square. X power 4 becomes x square. Now I'm going to write this particular x square as part of the quotient at the top, right? Now the next step is, let me multiply the divisor x square minus x plus 1 with this particular x square. When I do that, x square times x square is x power 4 minus x times x square is minus x cube and plus 1 times x square is plus x square, right? Now we have to subtract this particular expression from the dividend. When you do that, I'm changing the signs. This is plus x power 4, that's why I'm making it minus. And this is plus x minus x cube, that's why I'm making it plus x cube. And this one plus x square, that's why I'm making it minus x square. Now x power 4 minus x power 4 get cancelled. In any division process, this is going to happen. Okay, the first term first terms are going to get cancelled. If you're not getting it, it means you are doing something wrong. Okay, now let's see. Here you have 0 x cube and this is plus x cube now, meaning you will have x cube. In this particular case, this is minus 3x square and minus x square. It is going to be minus 4x square, right? Now let me write that x cube minus 4x square, and let me bring this plus 4x down. Now we have this particular expression, right? Observe the term containing highest exponent here, that is x cube. Now we are going to repeat the same process. We are going to divide x cube with x square. What you have is x now. This x has to be part of, plus x has to be part of the quotient, right? So let me write that. Now we are going to multiply the divisor x square minus x plus 1 with this particular plus x. When you do that, x square times x is x cube, minus x times x is minus x square, and plus 1 times x is plus x, right? Now let's subtract this particular expression from this one. When you subtract, what are you going to do? We are going to change signs. This is minus, this is going to be plus, and this is going to be minus, right? Now you see, this is minus x cube plus x cube, and this is minus x cube. It gets cancelled, right? Now you have here minus 4x square, here plus x square now, meaning it is going to be minus 3x square. In this case, it is 4x minus x. It means it is 3x. So minus 3x square plus 3x, and I have brought this 5 down, so that the expression you have now is minus 3x square plus 3x plus 5, right? Let's see the term containing highest exponent here, minus 3x square. We have to now divide minus 3x square with x square, right? Let's do that. So you cancel this particular x square with this particular x square, then what you have is minus 3. This has to be now part of the quotient at the top. So let me write that, minus 3. Now I'm going to multiply the divisor with this minus 3. When I do that, x square times minus 3 is minus 3x square. Minus x times minus 3 is plus 3x. 1 times minus 3 is minus 3. Let's subtract this one from this expression. When you subtract, what you do is you change signs of the terms from the below expression, right? This is going to be plus 3x square now. This is going to be minus 3x now. And this is going to be plus 3 now, right? So minus 3x square plus 3x square get cancelled. And here plus 3x and minus 3x, this also gets cancelled. You have plus 5 and plus 3, right? That is plus 8. Now we can stop here because already the degree of 8, this particular term is 0, right? Or the exponent of this particular term, since I can write it as 8x power 0, the exponent is 0, which is less than 2 here, right? That's why we stop here and say that remainder of this particular division is 8 and quotient is x square plus x minus 3, right? Now let's see the third part of the problem. Here p of x is given as x power 4 minus 5x plus 6 and g of x is 2 minus x square. Let me write the given dividend as x power 4 0x cube minus 0x square, because x cube and x square terms are not there, right? The rest of the expression is written as is minus 5x plus 6. Let me draw a line as shown here and write g of x on the other side. I have written now this as minus x square plus 2. Here it is given 2 minus x square. Let me flip it so that the term containing highest degree comes in the beginning, right? To begin with the division process, let's see what are the terms containing highest exponents. In the case of dividend, it is x power 4, and in the case of divisor, it is minus x square. Let's divide x power 4 with minus x square, such that you have minus x square as the answer, right? That minus x square has to be written here as the part of the quotient, right? Now let me multiply the divisor minus x square plus 2 with minus x square. When I do that, minus x square times minus x square is x power 4. 2 times minus x square is minus 2x square. Let's subtract this from this particular expression. When I do that, what I get is, let me change the signs. This is minus, this is going to be plus, this is going to be plus, right? Then when you sum it here, x power 4 and x power minus x power 4, it gets cancelled. This is anyway 0x cube, this also is not going to contribute. Now here you have 0x square minus 0x square plus 2x square. This is going to be plus 2x square now. I have brought down these two terms now. Minus 5x plus 6 as is. So now we have to see what is the highest term containing highest exponent here. That is 2x square. Let me now divide 2x square with minus x square. So you cancel x square here and x square here. Then you have 2 divided by minus 1, that is equal to minus 2, right? Let me write that as part of the quotient, right? Let me multiply the divisor with this minus 2. Divisor is minus x square plus 2 times minus 2. That is 2x square minus 4. Now let me subtract this from the expression here. You see here I have written 0x, right? Now let me change the signs. This is minus. Let me keep it plus. Not a problem. Here it is going to be plus, right? 2x square minus 2x square, it gets cancelled. Here you have minus 5x and plus 0x. This is going to be minus 5x, and plus 6 plus 4, it is going to be plus 10. Minus 5x plus 10, right? Now if you observe, its highest exponent is 1, whereas the highest exponent of the divisor is 2, right? That's why we stop the division process here and say that remainder is minus 5x plus 10 and quotient is minus x square minus 2. This is what we are asked to solve, right? Question number 2 is, check in which case the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial by dividing the second polynomial by the first polynomial. We are given 3 problems, and in each problem we are given 2 polynomials. This is first polynomial and this is second polynomial. We have to divide the second polynomial with the first polynomial and see whether the first polynomial t square minus 3 is a factor of the second polynomial given. The same way we have to repeat for other problems also. Let's start with first problem. In this particular case, we have to divide 2t to the power 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12 with t square minus 3. It means this is dividend and this is divisor, right? And if the remainder, once you do division, if remainder is 0, then you can say that t square minus 3 is factor of this particular polynomial given, right? Let's do that now. The first step in the division process is we have to find the terms containing highest exponents. In the case of dividend, it is 2t power 4, and in the case of divisor, it is t square. Let's now divide 2t power 4 with t square such that you have answer as 2t square, right? That has to be written as part of the quotient here. Let me write. And now let me multiply divisor t square minus 3 with this particular 2t square. When you do that, t square times 2t square is 2t power 4 minus 3 times 2t square is minus 6t square, right? Let's subtract this from the dividend given. Since in this particular case there is no t cube term, I have written here 0 t cube, you see here, right? Now let's subtract. For subtracting, what we do is we change the signs of the terms in the expression below, right? This particular one becomes plus. And then simply add term by term. In this particular case, 2t power 4 minus 2t power 4, this gets cancelled. Here you have 3t cube minus 0t cube. This is going to be 3t cube only now. This is minus 2t square plus 6t square, meaning you are going to have 4t square. Let's write that. Along with that, I have brought down minus 9t. Okay, now you have this expression. In this, the term containing highest exponent is 3t cube. Let's divide 3t cube with t square. So answer you have is 3t, right? That 3t has to be part of the quotient. Let me write plus 3t. Now let me multiply the divisor with plus 3t. When you do that, what you get is 3t cube minus 9t. Here t square term is missing, right? That's why while writing, we write it as 3t cube minus 0t square minus 9t. Let's subtract. Before that, let me change the signs. This is going to be plus. This is going to be plus, right? When you subtract 3t cube minus 3t cube, it gets cancelled. This is minus 4t square and 0t square. So this is going to be minus 4t square only. And here it is minus 9t plus 90. This is going to be 0. Meaning this is going to get cancelled, right? Let me write that. Now you have minus 4t square plus 0t, and I brought down this minus 12, right? In this expression, the term containing highest exponent is minus 4t square. Let me divide minus 4t square with t square. So answer is minus 4. Let me write that as part of the quotient here, right? Now let me multiply the divisor with minus 4 so that we get 4t square minus 4t square plus 12 as the answer, right? Here t containing term is not there. That's why we can write it as 0t. So now you have minus 4t square plus 0t minus 12. Let's subtract that. When you have to subtract, you have to change sign, right? This is going to be minus 4t square plus 4t square gets cancelled. 0t anyway gets cancelled. This is minus 12 and this is plus 12. This also gets cancelled. It means the answer you have is 0, right? It means the remainder of this particular division is 0. Since remainder is 0, we can say that t square minus 3 is a factor of given polynomial 2t power 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12, right? Let's see the second part of the problem. Here, we have to see whether x square plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of this particular polynomial. For doing that, we will divide the given polynomial, the second polynomial, with the first polynomial and see whether remainder goes to 0. If remainder goes to 0, we can say that first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial, right? Let's do that now. The first step in the division process is we have to find the terms containing highest exponents. In this particular case, it is 3x power 4 and x square. Let me divide 3x power 4 with x square so that you have 3x square as the answer. That has to be written at the top as shown here. Now let me multiply the divisor with 3x square. When I do that, I get answer as 3x power 4 plus 9x cube plus 3x square. Let me subtract this from this particular expression. When I do that, what will happen is, you see, I'm changing the signs of the terms from in the below expression, right? 3x power 4 minus 3x power 4, it gets cancelled. 5x cube minus 9x cube, it is going to be minus 4x cube. In this particular case, minus 7x square minus 3x square, it means it is minus 10x square. Let me write that. Minus 4x cube minus 10x square plus 2x. I have brought it down here, right? Now in this expression, the term containing highest exponent is 4x cube minus 4x cube. Let me divide that with x square, so that we have answer as minus 4x that has to be written as part of the quotient here, right? And let me multiply the divisor x square plus 3x plus 1 with this minus 4x. When I do that, I'll get answer as minus 4x cube minus 12x square minus 4x. Let me subtract that from the expression given here. When I subtract, let me change the signs first. This is going to be plus 4x cube. This is going to be plus 12x square. This is going to be plus 4x, right? Now sum them term by term. This is going to be cancelled. This is minus 10x square plus 12x square. It is going to be plus 2x square plus 2x plus 4x. It is going to be plus 6x. Let me write that. 2x square plus 6x. Now bring that 2 down so that you have 2x square plus 6x plus 2 as the term. In this particular expression, the term containing highest exponent is 2x square. Let me divide this 2x square with x square. When I do that, the answer is 2 that has to be written at the top. So now you have quotient 3x square minus 4x plus 2, right? Now let me multiply the divisor with this particular 2. When I do that, I get 2x square plus 6x plus 2 as the answer. Let me subtract this from this particular expression. When I subtract, I'll be changing signs of the terms in the expression below. And once I change signs and add term by term, 2x square minus 2x square gets cancelled. 6x minus 6x gets cancelled. Plus 2 minus 2 gets cancelled. So the answer is 0. Since the remainder is 0, we can say that x square plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of the second polynomial given, right? Now let's see the third part of the problem. In this particular case, we are given x cube minus 3x plus 1 as divisor and x power 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1 as the dividend. And let's see whether remainder of this particular division comes out to be 0 or not. You see here x power 4 term is missing, that's why I have written 0 x power 4, okay? And then you write the divisor on the other side of the line, okay? The first step you have to see is the terms containing highest exponents in the dividend and divisor. Dividend, it is x power 5, divisor, it is x cube. Let me divide x power 5 with x cube. So answer is x square. This is part of your quotient, right? Now let me multiply the divisor with x square, so that the answer is x power 5 minus x cube plus x square. Let me subtract this from the dividend here. When you subtract, since x power 4 term is missing here, I have written 0 x power 4. And to subtract, first we have to change signs, right, of the terms contained in the expression below. Now you add x power 5 plus minus x power 5 getting cancelled. 0 x power 4, 0 x power 4 anyway is not there. Minus 4x cube plus 3x cube, it is going to be minus x cube. And this is plus x square minus x square, it is going to get cancelled, right? Now let me write minus x cube plus 0x square. Bring down plus 3x plus 1 also, right? Now in this particular expression, you see minus x cube has got the highest exponent. Now let's divide minus x cube with x cube. So answer is -1. This -1 has to be part of your quotient here. So the quotient now is x square minus 1, right? Let me multiply the divisor x cube minus 3x plus 1 with this -1, so that you have answer minus x cube plus 3x minus 1. Let me subtract that from this particular expression. When you do that, let me change the signs. Yes, yes, this is minus x cube plus x cube gets cancelled, 0 x square anyway cancelled. This is also getting cancelled, but here you have plus 1 and this is plus 1. So answer is plus 2. In this particular case, the remainder is 2, right? Since remainder is not 0, we can say that x cube minus 3x plus 1 is not a factor of x power 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1, right? In the case of first two problems, we have got the given polynomial, the first polynomial, as a factor of the second polynomial. In the case of third one, first polynomial is not a factor of the second polynomial given, right? Question number 3 is obtain all other zeros of 3x power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 if two of its zeros are square root of 5 by 3 and minus square root of 5 by 3. This is a polynomial of fourth degree, right? And we are given two of its zeros. We are asked to find all other zeros of the given polynomial. Since it is a polynomial of fourth degree, it can have at most 4 zeros, right? Since already 2 are given, we can have 2 more at most, right? 2 of the zeros of the given polynomial are square root of 5 by 3 and minus of square root of 5 by 3, right? For example, if you are given 2 zeros, such as alpha and beta, the corresponding polynomial can be written as x minus alpha times x minus beta, right? So when you multiply these two, you get a quadratic polynomial, that is x square minus alpha plus beta times x plus alpha beta, right? When you have two zeros, alpha and beta, the quadratic polynomial can be written as x square minus alpha plus beta times x minus of alpha plus beta times x plus alpha beta. Or otherwise we can write it as x minus alpha times x minus beta, right? Now we have two zeros. Okay, let me say that square root of 5 by 3 is alpha and minus of square root of 5 by 3 is beta. So the corresponding polynomial now can be written as x minus square root of 5 by 3 times x minus of minus square root of 5 by 3, right? This is minus times minus is going to be plus. So I can write it as x minus square root of 5 by 3 plus times x plus square root of 5 by 3, right? This is looking like a minus b times a plus b, which is equal to a square minus b square, right? This is x square minus square root of 5 by 3 whole square. That's why we can write it as x square minus 5 by 3, right? The quadratic polynomial corresponding to these two roots is x square minus 5 by 3. One can write it as 3x square minus 5 also, doesn't matter. Or we can leave it as is, x square minus 5 by 3. Now, what it says is, we have a polynomial which is of fourth degree, right? And now we have, based on given zeros, we have obtained a quadratic polynomial, that is x square minus 5 by 3, right? If you divide the given given polynomial of fourth degree with x square minus 5 by 3, you will end up with a quotient, right? That quotient is going to be a quadratic polynomial, means it is going to have at most two zeros, right? So by solving that particular quadratic polynomial, we are going to get remaining zeros of the given polynomial of fourth degree. right? You understood? So now we have to divide the given given polynomial, fourth degree polynomial with x square minus 5 by 3. Let's do that now. The first step is we have to find the terms containing highest exponents, 3x power 4 and x square. Let me divide 3x power 4 with x square. So the answer is 3x square. Let me write that at the top. That is going to be part of quotient 3x square. Let me multiply x square minus 5 by 3 with 3x square. When I do that, x square times 3x square is 3x power 4, right? Minus 5 by 3 times 3x square is going to be minus 5x square. The reason is that here this particular 3 and this particular 3 gets cancelled. That's how you get minus 5 times x square minus 5x square. Now let me subtract this from this particular expression. Here, since we don't have x cube term, I'm going to write 0x cube as shown here. Now let me subtract this from the previous expression. This is going to be minus, this is also going to be minus, and this is going to be plus, right? I'm changing the signs of the terms in the expression below, and then we can sum term by term, right? This is going to get cancelled. This 6x cube plus 0x cube or minus 0x cube, it is going to be 6x cube only. Minus 2x square plus 5x square, it is going to be plus 3x square. Let's write that and bring minus 10x down now, right? Now, as you see here, 6x cube is the term containing highest exponent, right? Now let me divide 6x cube with x square. When I do that, I get 6x as the answer. That has to be now added to the quotient written here. So plus 6x. Let me now multiply the divisor with plus 6x. When I do that, x square times 6x is 6x cube, right? Minus 5 by 3 times 6x is going to be minus 10x. The reason is that this 3 cancels 6 twice, right? So minus 5 times 2x is minus 10x. Now let me subtract this from this particular expression. When I do that, what I'll be getting is I'm going to cancel these two, and here this 3x square will come down, and this is minus 10x and this is plus 10x. This gets cancelled, right? Let me write plus 3x square plus 0x minus 5, right? Now the term containing highest exponent is 3x square. Let me divide 3x square with x square. So answer is 3. Let me add that to the quotient written here. So quotient now is 3x square plus 6x plus 3, right? Now let me multiply the divisor x square minus 5 by 3 with this particular 3, so that it becomes x square times 3 is 3x square. This is minus 5 by 3 times 3 is minus 5, right? Now let me subtract this from this particular expression. When I subtract, what I'll get is 0, right? Everything gets cancelled, so the remainder is 0, right? Since the remainder is 0, we know that this particular expression quotient can be further split into linear factors so that we can obtain remaining zeros of the polynomial of fourth degree given, right? Now let's take a note of the quotient, that is 3x square plus 6x plus 3. We have to factorize this to make it product of two linear factors, right? So that we can obtain zeros of this particular quadratic polynomial. For that, we are going to use method of splitting the middle term. For that, we have to find two numbers p and q such that p plus q equal to quotient of x and pq is product of remaining quotients, right? It means p plus q has to be equal to 6 and pq has to be 3 times 3, that is equal to 9. The numbers you can think of are 9 equal to 3 into 3, right? And 3 plus 3 equal to 6, right? It means if I say that P equal to 3 and Q equal to 3, their product is 9 and their sum is 6, right? It means the middle term 6x now can be written as 3x plus 3x. Let's do that now. 3x square plus 6x plus 3 now can be written as 3x square plus 3x plus 3x plus 3. Now what I'll do is I'll consider these two terms and take 3x as the common factor out, right? I can do that. From these two terms, I'll take plus 3 as the common factor out. When I do that, when I take 3x as the common factor out from these two, what I get is 3x times x plus 1, right? From here you will get x and from here you will get 1, right? That's how we have written it as 3x times x plus 1. When you take 3 plus 3 as the common factor out, you will get 3 times x plus 1. Now from these two, you have x plus 1 as a common factor. Let me take that as common factor out so that the expression now can be written as x plus 1 times 3x plus 3, right? This is the quadratic polynomial given is written in the form of linear factors, right? To obtain the values, what we do is we equate it to 0 and see what are the corresponding values of x. Those are going to be the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial, right? So value of x plus 1 times 3x plus 3 is going to be 0 for x equal to minus 1 and x equal to minus 1. The reason is, when you set this x plus 1 to 0, 0 times 3x plus 3 is 0, right? If you say x plus 1 equal to 0, it means x equal to minus 1, right? Now, similarly, I can set 3x plus 3 to 0 so that x plus 1 times 0 equal to 0, right? It means 3x plus 3 equal to 0 is also a valid solution, right? 3x plus 3 equal to 0 means 3x equal to minus 3, right? It means x equal to minus 1. That's what we have written here. It means minus 1 and minus 1 are the zeros of 3x square plus 6x plus 3. As we said already, these are going to be the zeros of the fourth degree polynomial given, right? Two of the zeros are already given, square root of 5 by 3 and minus square root of 5 by 3, and other two zeros are going to be x equal to minus 1 and minus 1, right? Let's write that. Minus 1, square root of 5 by 3 and minus square root of 5 by 3 are the zeros of 3x power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5, right? Question number 4. On dividing x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 by a polynomial g of x, the coefficient and remainder are x minus 2 and minus 2x plus 4 respectively. Then we are asked to find g of x. As you see here, this is the dividend and this is the divisor. G of x is the divisor and coefficient is x minus 2 and remainder is minus 2x plus 4, right? And we are asked to find the divisor g of x. We know that dividend equal to divisor times coefficient plus remainder, right? Let me denote dividend with p of x, divisor with g of x, coefficient with q of x, and remainder with r of x, right? Whatever has been given in the problem statement, let's write that. Dividend, that is x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 equal to divisor g of x times coefficient x minus 2 plus remainder minus 2x plus 4, right? We can rearrange this equation by moving the remainder onto the other side. When you take it onto the other side, the sign will change so that it can be written as x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 minus half minus 2x plus 4, that is equal to g of x times x minus 2, right? Now let's further simplify the terms on left hand side so that it can be written as x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2. That is equal to g of x times x minus 2, right? Now, if you take this x minus 2 on the other side, what is going to happen is g of x is going to be equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 divided by x minus 2, right? It means g of x can be obtained by dividing the given polynomial p of x with x minus 2. Let's do that now. Let's divide x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 with x minus 2 so that we can obtain g of x. The terms containing highest exponents here are x cube and x. Let's divide x cube with x so that you get x square as the answer. Let me write that x square as part of the quotient. And then multiply x minus 2 with x square such that you get x times x square equal to x cube and minus 2 times x square equal to minus 2x square. Let's subtract this from this particular expression. When you do that, what you get is, let me change the signs. Sorry, this is going to be minus. So x cube minus x cube gets cancelled and this is minus 3x square and this is plus 2x square. It means you will have minus x square, right? Let me write minus x square and bring this plus 3x down, right? From this expression, you can say that minus x square is the term containing highest exponent. Let's divide minus x square with x, so that you have answer as minus x that has to be written as part of the quotient here, right? X square minus x. Now let me multiply x minus 2 with minus x. When I do that, I get minus x square plus 2x, right? Let me subtract this from this particular expression. When I do that, let me change the signs first. This is minus x square plus x square gets cancelled. This is plus 3x and this is minus 2x. It's going to be plus x, right? And let me bring this minus 2 down so that it can be written as x minus 2, right? Now let me divide this particular x with the x from the divisor so that the answer is 1. Let me write this plus 1 as part of the quotient now. So we have to multiply x minus 2 with 1. It is x minus 2. Let's subtract this x minus 2 from this x minus 2 so that you get the remainder as 0, right? Now, as we said earlier, the g of x is going to be the quotient of this particular division, right? So that is x square minus x plus 1. G of x equal to x square minus x plus 1. This is the answer we are looking for. Question number 5 is, give examples of polynomials p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x which satisfy the division algorithm and the constraints given here. The first constraint is degree of p of x has to be equal to degree of q of x. The second requirement is degree of q of x equal to degree of r of x. And the third requirement is degree of r of x equal to 0. Let's start with the first problem, first part. We have to find polynomials p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x that satisfy the division algorithm. At the same time, the requirement is degree of p of x has to be equal to degree of q of x, right? The division algorithm is given as follows. If p of x and g of x are the polynomials, then we can find q of x and r of x such that p of x can be written as p of x equal to g of x times q of x plus r of x, where r of x is either 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. This is the division algorithm. If p of x and g of x are given, we can certainly write q of x and r of x such that p of x can be equal to g of x times q of x plus r of x, where r of x is equal to 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Now, the requirement is degree of p of x has to be equal to degree of q of x, right? If you observe this, p of x equal to g of x times q of x, plus r of x, right? So degree of p of x is going to be equal to degree of g of x plus degree of q of x. You go and check any of the problems we have solved till now. The degree of p of x is equal to degree of g of x plus degree of q of x, right? But in this particular case, we want to say degree of p of x equal to degree of q of x. It means degree of g of x has to be 0, right? If you say that degree of a polynomial is 0, means that is a constant, right? That's why we can say that g of x is a constant. Now let's write polynomials that satisfy this requirement. The polynomial I can think of is p of x equal to 2x square plus 4x plus 2, right? And I'm saying the constant g of x equal to 2. This particular polynomial p of x equal to 2x square plus 4x plus 2 can be written as 2 times x square plus 2x plus 1, right? Here I have taken 2 as the common factor out. Now let's write the division algorithm. It says p of x equal to g of x times q of x plus r of x. Let's compare. We already said that this is p of x, right? And we said that number 2 is g of x. Then this whole thing is going to be q of x, and r of x we have not written, but it is going to be 0, right? Now let's write that. Since p of x and g of x already are written, I am writing q of x, that is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1, and r of x equal to 0. So to answer the problem, we have written all 4, right? P of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x, right? That are satisfying the division algorithm given here. We want to see whether what happens to r of x. You see r of x equal to 0, right? Degree of p of x, that is equal to degree of q of x, that is equal to 2. You see degree of p of x is 2 and degree of q of x is also equal to 2. This is what we are asked to match, and that is 2, and r of x is 0. Now let's see the second requirement, that is we have to find p of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x that satisfy division algorithm. At the same time, that satisfy this particular requirement. Degree of q of x has to be equal to degree of r of x. So we have already learned about the division algorithm, right? To answer this question, what I'm doing is I'm rewriting one of the problems we have just solved in this video. The division of x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3 with x square minus 2. In that process, you got the quotient as x minus 3 and remainder as 7x minus 9, right? We can write it in the form shown here. X cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3 equal to x square minus 2 times x minus 3 plus 7x minus 9. When you compare that with the division algorithm given, right, p of x is going to be x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3, and q of x is going to be, sorry, g of x is going to be x square minus 2, and q of x is going to be x minus 3, and remainder r of x is going to be 7x minus 9. As you see here, the degree of quotient is 1, right? X minus 3 is 1. The degree of quotient is 1, and the degree of remainder is also 1, right? This is what is the requirement. We have to show that degree of q of x is equal to degree of r of x, right? We have written p of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x that satisfy the division algorithm. At the same time, that satisfy the requirement of degree of q of x equal to degree of r of x, right? When you say it satisfies the division algorithm, actually you have to see whether r of x equal to 0 or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x or not. As you see here, r of x is not 0, right? 7x minus 9. So its degree is 1, and degree of g of x is 2, right? So degree of R of x is less than degree of g of x. That's how we said that. That's how we showed that whatever expressions we have written for p of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x, they satisfy the division algorithm. At the same time, they satisfy this particular requirement. Right? Now let's see the third part of the problem. That is, while satisfying the division algorithm, it has to satisfy this requirement. Degree of r of x has to be equal to 0. For that, I'm taking another solved problem from this particular exercise only. There we have divided x power 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1 with x cube minus 3x plus 1. So that the remainder comes out to be 2. Right? Let me write this particular division problem as given by division algorithm. Okay. Here x power 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 1 times x square minus 1 plus 2. If you compare this with the division algorithm, you can say p of x is this particular expression and g of x is x cube minus 3x plus 1 and q of x equal to x square minus 1 and r of x is 2. Right? In this particular case, we can say that r of x equal to 2x power 0. Right? The degree of r of x is 0. Right? Degree of r of x is 0, which is less than the degree of g of x. What is the degree of g of x? That is 3. So the given p of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x are satisfying the division algorithm. At the same time, they are satisfying the requirement of degree of r of x has to be 0. Right? This is what is asked. Right? I hope you like the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Learn to Score. Thank you.